I screwed this up already. Let's see. Focus mode. Hopefully that worked. I should probably do this before I go live. I know. But yeah. Alright, cool. Hi. What are we going to do today? Still with that music theory stuff that people are talking about. And just before I went live, in the middle of doing whatever, like having no idea what I'm figuring out, I read a thing that someone just wrote a couple minutes ago. And he said he was a music teacher or professor or something like that. And his whole take on music theory is that it's just grammar for music. And I thought that was, this thing vibrates like crazy. I think that's the perfect way of explaining it to someone. It's just grammar for music. It's not a boogeyman. It's not something that it isn't. You don't have to pride yourself on some crazy knowledge. You could pride yourself on linguistics, I guess, right? Or grammar. But that's all it really comes down to. So, with that said, I want to get into a couple of things to go over until people start chit-chatting, and then we go off the rails with my ADD especially. So, to bring up, we've been doing a lot of arpeggios lately, like the arpeggios from hell thing that I was doing for the last two videos. That's one pattern, and the other was. So to go from there, the next logical one is to play chords. And that would be just to spell them out. That's a progression that I play a lot, that I came up with. Just arrange them a certain way. So it starts over here on E, and it's a suspended fourth. What that means is you're just barring it right there. So the interval is a perfect fourth, and then we play this note, which is 6 on the G string, which would be the major sixth of that scale. It's called a suspended because there's no third, major third or minor third is one. That's the triad. So we just play that. I take this hand, like kind of curl it up, and just go that way. And then I'm going to come down here and play a major triad. That's going to start on C sharp, or what is that? 9. Going that way. So first one, first chord, and then we go up. 9 on this string higher, root, major third, octave. So we have, and these stay on forever too, so if you need to go back and rewind it, it's right there. And then to come down for the leading tone, or the almost resolution. Hey, who's that fluffy kitty, 5, 6, 7? Here's everyone's comment, hi. So to go to the last part of that, we do again, root note, major third, octave. So from here, we come down to 7, right there. And then that's the whole thing, we just keep looping that around, so. I love your songs, thanks. And then from there we take those chords, we can play it in 6/8, 1, 2, or in 3/4, make a waltz. Using the voicing above it. Just changing the high note. Hello. Who is that? Can't really see. And we loop all the way around, and then we'll build on there. And it's almost come around. And then we can play arpeggios, aka 8 bass lines. That's that chord at a time, but just build on your talent. Exactly. Play the chords first, and then spell them out. And then back to the chords. That's really all it is. Who said that? Build on your talent. Michael? Great name, Michael. Yeah, build on your talent. So it's the same thing when you play blues stuff, like 1, 3, 5, 3. That's how you're starting, right? Add some stuff to it. Literally some stuff. starting from building from what you know. And the more advanced you get, the more crazy shit you come up with. Sir, I am homo gay for you and I love you. I love you too, Dan. Homo gay for me. Made my day. Caleb Webster, I love you. I love you too. I'm getting a lot of love today. Must be the backwards hat. Mad 90s, bro. And the oversized tee? Shit. Crushing it. What else do we have? Building on your talents. That's a great... I already forgot who wrote that. That's a good one. There it is, right there. Michael, of course. Best name ever. It's my name too, by the way, because you know that. Hence, best name ever. Build on your talents. What else can we do with that? So if you're playing with your right hand, because we always focus on the left, if you're just going with your scale, just major, because it's easy and it's applicable to everybody here, just hit it twice each note, or each note twice. And that's how you can get into speed exercises and all that stuff. I don't know if this thing updates because there's a lot of people in the comments and it says there's 2 people watching. I never understood how any of this stuff works. But I think there's a huge delay on this. Why don't you marry him then, Caleb? Jesse the Butt. Love having you here. But yeah, building on your talent. Back with the right hand, yeah. So you just double it up to build on your speed. Come up with any bass line from there, like even Pennywise. Because that is the same note here. So because I'm way off time. But you can take a metronome to start like bumping up the BPMs. That's another one that I do with my right hand too. Not as often, but I'll hit it down and back up, so you're getting 2 hits per finger. So it's double the notes with the same amount of movement, as opposed to... It's harder to do. I haven't worked on it too much. You like Ichika Nito? Don't know. Ichika Nito? Sounds like a fun name. What else? I don't have too much. You got a metronome app, and I almost never use it. Definitely get on it. Metronomes are fun, like playing pentatonic riffs. I gotta start going live. I'm gonna go live later today when I practice, like I said, and it'll stay up forever. I'll do it with a metronome. You just set a metronome, and just come up with any bass line. So say I'm doing this one, right? Just a minor pentatonic scale. Bumping up the BPMs, so it goes faster. And then cut it to halftime. Granted, I don't have the metronome going, but it'll be way more on time when you have the metronome to mess with. Can you play the bass line from Attention by Charlie Puth? I don't know it. Like off the top of my head, I don't even know the word. Like I should know who Charlie Puth is, by the way, but I can't off the top of my head. I don't know if I know that one, but I'll definitely look it up. Usually I look stuff up on my phone, but my phone is staring at me, staring at you. That makes sense. So I can't do that right now, but I'll be able to look it up. Puth. That's how you pronounce it, Charlie Puth. I don't know. I should know who that is, but I'm not that. I don't know. I'm sure it's someone blatant. I'm like, oh, that fucking guy. I sound like an idiot. It's probably a bass player for some ridiculously good thing that I've, off the top of my head, don't know. But what is it? Attention? This bass line from Attention. Okay, I'll check that out. Not a problem. I'm trying to think what else. Yeah, well, that's what I was saying. When I go with the metronome, I'll practice with that stuff. And I highly recommend practicing with a metronome. It'll change your whole thing up, especially in taking stuff too, like that thing I was playing in 3/4, that waltz, put it to a 4/4 metronome, so it'll be like, or was that 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, do an odd meter. watch back and see it. I hear so many good bass lines from Japanese rock genres. Yeah, they shred. Japanese rock, from anytime I hear it, not that I'm huge into it, but anytime I hear something like that, it reminds me of like, I mean, I was born in '87, so I don't remember it, but music, there's no like stop on a timeline. All those guys that played in the '80s, whether you liked hair metal or not, they know how to shred, regardless, and that's a lot how, that's what I get out of Japanese rock genres. Waltzy crap. Is that what I said? Waltzy crap? I don't remember saying that, but it sounds like something I would say. Smoke on the water. Right. That whole thing is the bass line, isn't it? Just a minor scale. We're just playing it here. Is it? A tritone. Yeah, the fucking tritone. It's in everything. One note bass line. Running with the devil. Hey, what's up? Who is he? Who are you? Who are you? Can't even make it out. NH617. My name is Mike Tucci. How are you? Full name. Me, Paul. My nephew. That's awesome. That's my nephew's name. As who you? Me, Paul. I am Groot. I watched that for the first time like a month or two ago. I didn't know what Groot was. I know. I don't have kids, so. But now I know what Groot is, which is pretty funny. Vin Diesel does the voice for Groot. I didn't know that either. It's like, get the fuck out of here. But yeah, Vin Diesel, crushing it. Yeah. What else? I don't know. I just like bullshitting on here, but and I know the comments are delayed, so it takes a minute. But oh, tritone stuff from Smoke on the Water. If you don't know what the tritone is, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or 1 for the major scale. It's the note between the 4th note of a major scale and the 5th note of a major scale. That's the interval. It'd be your index finger, and then a string up and 1 fret up. No matter where you go. It sounds just super creepy wherever you put it. How you move across the neck like that? I practice a lot. A lot. Like, I'll play the modes. Major, and then I'll reverse the second mode, which is Ionian, Dorian, and then I'll go ascend Phrygian, descend Lydian, ascend Mixolydian, descend Aeolian, which is minor, ascend Locrian, and then descend Ionian, and go back. That way. That'll really help you fly across the neck and get it. And then you do that in all different keys. All the way up and down. That's a really good way of doing it. So a bit of a question. What's the difference between a bass and an electric guitar? I still can't tell the difference between a bass and an electric guitar. The electric guitar is an octave higher. I mean, like, talk about physics or whatever, that's what it is. It's a shorter neck, shorter scale length. That's a good question. I mean, people get shy and don't ask stuff like that, so I'm glad you asked. Bass is a lower octave, 1 octave lower. This is an E, that's the name of that note, and on a guitar, that E is higher. This is 45 gauge string, this highest one, and on an electric guitar, you can get some heavy strings where the thickest string, this string, the thickness of it, will be the thickest one on an electric guitar. Then it goes thinner from there. So there's a lot of differences. But you could definitely hear the difference between a bass and a guitar. You might not just been able to look at the right stuff yet. Like, listen to a guitar solo, and then listen to like go listen to Running with the Devil, but from Van Halen. You'll be able to hear the difference, for sure. Across the neck, how blah blah blah. Yeah, there you go. 52? That's how old someone is. When you say you practice a lot, what does that mean? 8 hours a day? I started playing when I was 4 years old, so I have way more than 10,000 hours of practice under my belt. 10,000 hours is, what's the book it's from? I think it's from Atomic Habits. Doesn't really matter. But supposedly, which I can attest to, after you practice something for 10,000 hours, you get into like mastery worlds. Not to be some cocky fuck about it, but you do anything for 10,000 hours or more, and you're gonna be really good at it. It really doesn't matter what it is. So that's how I've hit it. Nowadays, I learn stuff for this channel, and I teach and do stuff like that. And that's where I get my, I don't know, I still get better at it. Because you don't just arrive, you always are learning and honing your skill and all that stuff. So an hour a day is good enough. Yeah, an hour a day. If you could practice an hour a day, you'll be set. And practice stuff that you don't, practice things that are difficult. And people say, don't practice, well, people, that's someone I learned from. Don't practice till you get it right, practice till you'll never fuck it up. So that's a good way of looking at it, which, by the way, means you're always gonna practice. So, like that Turkish march thing that I play, like, I still practice it. It took me a long time to learn it. But I'm never gonna stop practicing that. Like, ugly. But also, practice like you're performing too. Like for me, I can't, that's why I want to start practicing and go live with it and not really pay attention to the comments, because then you'll see how to, like, you have to focus. Just fucking noodling around or whatever doesn't really do much. It's better than nothing. But focused practice, that's how you get better. You retain all the information. And then when you really get tired with it and you're frustrated, just put it down. Literally go to sleep and you'll learn more in your sleep. It's some weird phenomena. I don't know how to explain it other than it's happened for me and everyone I talk to about it. If you sleep after like practicing hard, concentrating hard, you're able to like replenish it and you just pick it up the next day and you instantly are a better player. It's really bizarre to see happen. Different technique. What's your day job, dude? Right now, I made money in roofing, like roofing sales, and now I make artwork and I'm selling that. Gave myself a year to do it, and if I fall flat on my face, then whatever, I'll go back to doing something else. But for now, I'm making art and selling that, which I'm gonna start plugging on this channel. I'm just gonna hang the shit behind me and get my website off the ground and stuff. So if you want to support this channel, go buy some artwork. That's not up yet, but I'll let everyone know when that happens. I can only get 40 minutes a day sometimes. So sometimes I only do a warm-up. Yeah, as long as you play every day. How do you even have the dexterity to do this stuff? This right here. If you go on my channel, the first video that pops up, it's like 3 ways to shred or holy grail exercises to shredding. Take your index finger and your ring finger, hold them down with your thumb, extend these fully, not so like this. It's gonna be a little hard. And then you're gonna switch. So these two that are up are gonna go down, and then you're gonna lift your index and your ring finger. And it's gonna be really hard at first. And then once you get it, and you're like, okay, this is easy, then you get rid of your thumb. And even then, you gotta stretch it out, and then you just do them that way. And you get not just dexterity, but you get finger independence, and the motor skills to have your brain and your fingers communicate. So they just move on their own at that point. And your playing will increase tenfold. Without even playing bass, you can practice. Love that PJ with the gold pick card. Oh yeah, the Texas T one. That thing is sick. I can break that out since we got time. I ain't got nothing going on. Let's see. I actually hit the mute button. Who knew? There's a stand here. Give me 1 minute so I don't knock shit all over the place. All right. Yeah. This is a fun one. This is from their mod shop that I got mid last year or something like that, and the color changes too. So these lights up or whatever. So it's like a coffee brown Texas tea is what they call it. Smudged up beyond belief because I have humidifiers here in arid ass Arizona. Let's see how it sounds. It's a little more dull than the other one because it has this, well, not dull, punchier mid-range than the last one I was playing. Love that PJ Love from England, brother. What up, England? What should I learn first when I'm going to play the bass? If you haven't learned anything yet, I don't know. Another One Bites the Dust is pretty fun. It's got a groove. And it's 3 notes. Just 5, 5th fret, or 2nd dot from the top, because you're just starting bass. 1st dot from the top. And then you reverse it, go the other way. That's what I would learn to start. Like, first thing ever to play, go with that. MXPX is good too. But just starting out, stay on 1 string and then move from there, you know. But yeah, learn it all. Try everything. Doesn't matter if you're not able to play it. The whole thing is you're not gonna be able to play anything when you first start out. So fucking pick your poison. Play what you like to listen to. My favorite song to perform on bass, Turkish March is up there. Technically not a song because there's no lyrics. But the NIB solo is good too. Fuck. Not paying attention. Let's try that again. Thanks. Can you do it a pick? Of course. That's it. My favorite thing to play, I don't remember. Terrible rendition of that, but whatever. Can you do with a pick? Yeah, I recommend everyone play with a pick too. I was like, oh, you should only play your fingers. I'm terrible. Well, I don't want to say I'm terrible. Not nearly as good with a pick as I am with my fingers. But that whole thing I was doing, the modes, I should be playing it both, but it's rusty as fuck. Like that fast, as opposed to, it's like night and day for me, but I don't play enough with a pick. The P bass has some serious, I can't see what that is. Balls? I don't know. Can you play another one? Another You by Kramuk. It's a song from Southeast Asia, and I think I like it. I'm sure I could play it. I just have to listen to it. Great sound. Thanks, man. Of course. Do you ever play fretless? Yeah, the fretless is right up there. I'm just not very good at it yet. I haven't put the time into it. But I like that fret. I like it a lot. It's the only used bass or guitar that I have currently. It sounds great though. Play U2? I don't think I know any U2. The guy I learned how to play bass from is he taught or teaches Adam Clayton from U2 as well. Never met him, but I don't know any U2 lines. Random information, right? Patrick Pfeiffer is the teacher's name. What U2 songs? I know Sunday Bloody Sunday starts with that drum fill. If you can't hum it, you can't play it, and I can't hum any bass lines right now from U2. I just watched that South Park episode where Bono is actually the biggest piece of shit in the world. Because he's actually shit. If you guys haven't seen it, it's amazing. That's why he could do so many charitable things and be so great to people, but at the end of the day, he's still a piece of shit. I don't agree with that, but it's South Park. It's really funny. Anyway, whatever. But yeah, pick practice is fun too. When you play with a pick, it's gonna be hard to mute at first too. You're gonna have shit ringing out all the time. Like, you're gonna have, for me, you have to kind of stop this string with the palm of your hand, not palm mute. You could do that too for a playing technique. But when it rings out, like I put my thumb over it to mute the E string. People are like, oh, you should never hang your thumb. I don't give a fuck. Whatever makes it work. When did you learn the speed in your left hand? I have problems with flying pinky. Any advice? this exercise. I just meant it probably came on after because I know live people come and go. Go on my main page and there's a video, three Holy Grail exercises to shredding. It's the first one that's featured. Watch that, and your pinky it'll be solved. I want Les Claypool's bass. He plays with a wrench. Paul, what's up? Yeah, Les Claypool. I forget the brand that makes his basses. They're really cool though. They have that like crazy horn-looking thing on the end of them. I made it one of my goals to learn the song All American Alien. All American Alien Boy Solo. I don't know if I know that. Amazing, thanks. You got it, man. Of course. What else? Now that I'm playing with a pick. Stuff to practice with a pick. Again, just rip scales. Any, like, MXPX is a good one. I forget who was saying that. Just go. There's also a video for that too. MXPX. Search it under my channel and you'll find it. It's 1 minute bass MXPX. Because you're walking down a major scale. Solo by Jocko. Oh, there you go. All right. I like Jocko. I don't know. Unpopular opinion, right? I don't listen to it enough. There's a lot of jazz I don't listen to that I should. But I like playing like Giant Steps and stuff, and Stella by Starlight. That one's hard because it's not many notes. If you fuck up, everyone hears it, and it's all quote unquote feel. Stella by Starlight. Highly suggest checking that one out. It's been years since I played those two things. Yo, guess what? What? Play Cardi B? I don't know Cardi B, but I'll do that one. Play Migos? Don't know any of it. I did a requested one. I forgot it immediately. There was some YouTuber that had a song out that people were really getting on me to do, so I did it. And yeah, whatever. I'm not against. I mean, it's all music. Forbidden Riff. Just bought myself a Rickenbacker. Sick. I live in downtown Phoenix and people are fighting in the alleyway next to my apartment. That's what that just was, by the way. If you heard that, we'll see. Wait for the shots. Mike, you need to search the live version of the South Park theme. I saw that. It's awesome. Where it was like some anniversary thing they did, 30th anniversary or 25. Bass player, can you play any Primus or Rush songs? I haven't played Primus in a long time. Rush, I always do the tritone. Wherever it goes. YYZ. If that's what that is. Forbidden Bass Riff. Is that ESP behind you? Yeah, it is, the EC1000. Greetings from Ljubljana, Slovenia. I'm butchering that, aren't I? I'm sorry about that. Bushan May. I am so sorry. Greetings from Phoenix, Arizona, USA. Yeah, that was YYZ. Duality? Duality is Slipknot, right? I could do that one. Yo, can I see that Les Paul in the wall? It's not a Les Paul, but it's a Les Paul shape. It's an ESP LTD. I'll break out, like, it's sacrilegious for me to take down an actual guitar on a bass channel. But I could take it down. I'm just not going to play it. I don't have the guitar out near here either. I have it on across the room. But this thing is really... Oh, there's a humidifier thing on it. Hold on. I mean, humidity reader. Ooh. This thing, because it's super arid in Arizona. Oh, this thing is dusty. Gross. Someone's flipping out outside. You guys might catch something crazy on a live video. Wow, this thing is dusty as hell. But yeah, it's just has EMGs and everything. They come stock. It's one of my favorite guitars to actually play. This thing is super dirty though. But yeah, I'll play this another day. I'll bring the amp over for next time. But yeah, I don't get paid by anybody, but if you're looking for a guitar and you got about $1,000, can't go wrong. Especially for metal and shredding and all that stuff. And I will say this though, you should play guitar because you should get better than your guitar player in your band. It'll save you a lot of fucking grief. If you're better at playing guitar than your guitar player, yeah, they'll shut the hell up when you can write whatever you want. It's shiny, just let me see. This dude W. That's a win, right? I've been learning about that internet slang. I had a lefty LTD, loved it. Is that the new Ultra 2? Yeah, that's this one. It's from the mod shop. Then I changed the pickguard. So like there's no, it usually plugs in here, but the pickguard I couldn't get. That was solid. It came with the white pickguard on the other one. This is from my childhood bass. Childhood, I was 15, being a lunatic. This pickguard came on this bass. The pickguard on this was broken and busted and just fucking brutal, so I switched them and had someone fix that up. But yeah, I love this one. Actually learning bass and piano at the same time. I wish I learned piano. Not wish, I should learn piano. I'm jealous of piano because it's linear. It's not like an axis going two ways. It's just one way. I wish I learned the notes like that. I mean, not wish, but sometimes I get frustrated. And like it'd be a lot easier if my brain operated automatically like that. I agree with guitar players. Yeah, be a better guitar player. Be the bass player, but play guitar better than your guitar player. It'll help you a lot. Slap bass, I'm not that big on it, but use the slit. I use the slit of my finger, like that wrinkle line, and I just keep these curled in. So if you're gonna play it, that's a good one to practice. 5/7, hit it once, 5/7, the next string, 5/7, next string. To get your accuracy down to hit just one string at a time. And then move it around that way. I'm not that big on slapping, I'm not that good at it, so I don't really show it too often, but getting started, that's how you do it. Which amp are we listening to? Aguilar AG700, if you could see it through the comments or whatever, into a 4x10 Aguilar. So it's big, it's a 700 watt amp, but I fucking have the minus 15 dB and it's turned way the hell down. Because I'm in an apartment, as you could hear people fighting outside in the alley. Downtown Phoenix, it's awesome. Reminds me of back home. Amp is an Aguilar. Yes, it is. Oh, I just got the Avalanche Color Ultra 2. Oh, is the Avalanche that like crazy blue looking one? I gotta look that up later. Rio de Janeiro. I don't live in Rio de Janeiro, but it feels like a city of God sometimes out here. Thrill is Gone, BB King. Don't know it off the top of my head, but I'm sure I can play it. Blues is fun. It's just very repetitive. Me and my friend are forming a band right now. Sick. We're not public, but we have original songs and all that shit. I like that you curse. You're off to a really good fucking start. I do bass, but I'm better at guitar than my guitar player. Dude, you're crushing it. Who said that? TX2 Fan 16? Yeah, you're doing great. Whatever, keep doing what you're doing. You're gonna have a very long and fulfilling life with that game plan. Can you play this song? I don't know what song. The BB King one? I'm sure I can, I just don't know it right now off the top of my head. Do you ever use overdrive or distortion? I do, with especially pulling teeth. I had someone send me a overdrive pedal to review, like some random company, and it's just been sitting in a kitchen cabinet this whole time, called Lekato, L-E-K-A-T-O. They sent me a compressor and a overdrive pedal, and I told them they asked me to do a review. I haven't done it yet. I'll do that soon. But yeah, I'll do overdrive on it, but when I normally play bass, I don't use anything. Amp to a cable to a bass, especially practicing. I don't want to cover up anything. It has to be under a microscope, hear every mistake. That's how you can play like super articulate. You don't get away with floppiness and all that. I can play the same random notes. Same thing, sounds a million times better. It's like, what the hell are you doing? Because you're playing consistently. And the way I get to do that is not having any pedals or anything like that. Not even compressor. I use a compressor when I record. And the compressor is cool too because you could use it as a kind of an effect. because you'll get a punchiness to it when we dial it in right. Like when it opens up and squashes that signal, you'll feel like, especially in your chest, it'll pop. But just practicing, no, I don't use shit. And for this, I don't use anything. It's an open air recording. This doesn't even go to Pro Tools, even on the videos, like whatever. And I'm sure it could sound better, but the ease of me to literally put my phone in the corner and just hit record, that's how I'm able to do it and stay with this channel and put out as much as like content as I do, because it's easy for me to do. That's a big reason behind it. Compression just in the studio, but live no. Yeah, it depends on what you're doing. It's whatever. Live is, and also the kind of music you're playing. If you're playing heavy music, distort the shit out of it. No one really cares. Just don't lose the low end. That's the whole thing. And now these guys play fucking 7-string guitars anyway, so you guys are probably and tuning down, so they're playing the same octave as you, which is kind of fucking crazy. I'll never be outdone by the bassist because I'm doing bass and guitar. Exactly. You get it, Jesse. Ampeg 810, yes or no? If you want to break your back and you're cool with it. An Ampeg 8x10 or 810 looks awesome. It's fucking sick. It's really cool looking. It's like most fucking punk and hardcore and all that stuff. Yeah, if that's what you're doing, I say go for it. If you're, yeah. But you're gonna lug that thing around. It's gonna suck. There's a lot of heavier sounding amps out there, but I don't care. I still think heavy music, metal, rock, punk, all of it is incredibly image-based. No one wants to hear that, but it is. And if you go playing a small, not small, but half stack like this, not even a half, it's just a 4x10, where you roll in with a fucking 810 or whatever it is, yeah, the 810 is gonna look sick. You could kind of hipster it up and be like, well, it moves more air, so it sounds better. No, it just looks really cool. It looks loud. So that's really personal preference. Gain already compresses the signal. I'm sure it does. That's a good point. The bass is the best instrument ever. You can do all with that, right? Yeah, you can. With that. Yeah, of course. Especially now with tech, like, again, back to pedals and stuff. Like, you listen to Royal Blood, that's a bass player and a drummer. They don't even have a guitar player. It sounds like it. Like, he fucking fools me every time. I'm just like, how the hell did they do this? But they do. 8x10 with SVT head was the best rig I've ever used. Yeah, that's a really good rig. But it's fucking huge. You're talking like well over 5 feet tall. Like with the head on it and everything. I think, right? I don't know. Depends, but anyway, that's a really good amp. Can't go wrong with it. You're just gonna have to lug it around. And I only say that now because there's so many, like Mesa and even Aguilar. That shit is light as fuck. It's so easy to take to and from gigs. Can you do a tutorial on harmonics? Of course I can. Harmonics, what happens there is you're stopping the string. You don't push all the way down. 12 is in the center between the bridge and the nut, which is up here. So when you play over the 12th fret, it's not ringing here, it's ringing here, and it's ringing here. And you divide the neck into certain sections. And then from there you can get into some fucking wacky rhythms. To it and you get a hokey pokey it, and you could even extend it because it's fractions where there's no frets. It doesn't really matter because you're just messing with the string length. Impress your friends and all that cool shit. What about B string? Is it usable in live situations? Of course. Absolutely. Bravo, superb. Thank you. A B string? I have my 5 string right here. I'll show you. Yeah, the low B is sick. That thing is, that's how you really shake people up, recording and live. I love the 5 string. it might not go through because I'm just recording open air into the phone, so it might distort and stuff. It's gonna get really loud because that was a passive bass and now it's an active one. So because of that, there's a signal coming out of the bass, like a charged signal, not just magnetic pickups. So because it's of that, it's a lot louder. Way louder. Like that low B. And then you get, that's with both pickups. The neck pickup gets it boomier. Like if you listen to this with headphones, your brain will rattle. Whatever the hell you want to play. But yeah, the low B is the shit. Salute. Play a 5-string, blah blah blah. Slapping on a 5-string is a lot harder. Heavy, yeah, it is. Kinda. Just gotta practice it, which I don't practice enough of. It's because you have to be articulate and not hit. And people say you can't slap because this pickup is here. That's bullshit. You absolutely can. It's a little harder to pop, but there's a space here, or you do it right over the pickup. This is goofy shit. How about pick? Yeah, there's a, where did I put my pick? It's back in the guitar, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Hold on. Yeah, it's just gonna sound tighter with the low B. Now, bye Evie, good seeing you again. Bed, it's only well, it's 3:45 here. I don't know where you live. You amazing? No, you amazing. But yeah, I gotta make another video soon, like actual video. I give it a couple of days because YouTube promotes certain things and then they do and don't. If you guys haven't subscribed yet, you should, by the way. Putting that out there. But yeah, I want to get to 100,000 subscribers. Bold move. But we're already 6% there, and I started this from nothing a year and 2 months ago. So it's doable. I think in like 3 years it'll get there. But, and not because of like making money off of it. I make like $100 from this every 2 or 3 months. It's like not a whole lot of for the time. It ain't shit. But I love doing this, and it's enjoyable. And the idea that we have a community is insane. I didn't plan on that happening. That's why I go live so much, because this is fucking awesome. You like those? You like those simple chromatic lines? Yeah. Oh, when I was playing down here, I was trying to keep it on the B string. That's why. Someone asked how the pick sounds on a B, but we could do diatonic lines. Difference diatonic, for anyone who doesn't know, and chromatic. Chromatic is one note after the other. Diatonic is within a scale. Oof. Like that's all diatonic. Subbed, my dude. Thanks. Subbed also. Sick. I appreciate it. You said I like those simple chromatic lines. Yeah, me too. They're always fun. But yeah, I don't know what else. I don't have too much. This bass sounds fucking sick. I don't play this thing enough. It sounds really good with the pick. I could add a lot of gain to it. Let's see, without it being too loud. Subscribed. Also sick. Thank you. What brand bass is it? This is a Ernie Ball Music Man Stingray 5. So it's not the Sterling one or anything like that. It's it's expensive, like a lot. I think it's like $3,200 or something like that. It's the first 5-string I ever bought. I was against 5 strings for like over 30 years. Really fucked up. I was a 4-string purist, which means I was an asshole. And I love playing a 5-string now. Not just because of the low note, the way it's laid out. If I want to play 2 octaves on a 4-string, that's what I have to play all the way up the neck. To play a G major arpeggio. But if I want to play it on a 5-string, right there. It's so much less movement. It's the same notes as that. And just the layout. That's 2 octaves, as opposed to, like if I were to play it in thirds, right? Now if I want to play it on G, that same thing, on a 4-string, let me try that again. I have to slide all the way up. It's the same as playing it right here. It's a lot easier. I don't play it enough because I have to like think about it and stuff. 6 sound. Yeah. Any tips on how to fix neck dive? Don't buy a bass that has neck dive. But they all have it. Like this one is pretty balanced, but it's gonna dive anyway. It depends on where you have it set. That's also another thing. How you hold it, how you balance it. But I don't know your frame, like how big you are as a person. But normally it's not that hard just to hold it up. And I also anchor this hand. This is probably my best advice for that. You could fix neck dive anytime if you just put your arm here. It's effortless. It just kind of keeps it. It won't go anywhere. And I just play it that way. And when you're playing live, you could set up your strap and stuff like that to make sure there's no neck dive. But this is an easy fix. You just keep your forearm just right there or whatever, and just hang out. And it's effortless to do. Where can you start to learn bass theory? Watch my videos and you'll learn bass theory. Bass theory, music theory, or bass theory. Music theory is just, someone said it in the comments before, and I love this definition. I say music theory is studying the relationship between the notes, which is what you do all the time when you're playing. Real music theory is just grammar for music theory. Learning fancy fucking words like metric modulation. That means the tempo changes. It goes faster or slower, but they call it metric modulation. So stuff like that, like Ionian, Dorian, Phrygian, the name of the modes. All it means is I start a major scale on the first note. Dorian means I started on the second. Phrygian is on the third. Lydian is on the fourth. Fancy words. It's really just grammar. How did you learn all that? Time and practice. That's exactly how I learned all that. And I also learned it by having critical thinking. Like learning something and being like I just said, why is it called that? Well, it's because it's grammar. People are gatekeepers about music theory. I don't like doing that. I want to explain it exactly as simple as possible so people can learn, which is why I made this channel. And I made this channel to be under 8 minutes. 1 minute bass, but all the videos are way under 8 minutes, because 8 minutes is where everyone gets an advertisement in the middle of it, and they make more revenue that way. Which is why you get all these channels that have so much filler, no fucking substance. For like an 8 or 9 minute video could be done in 2 or 3 minutes, but they don't because they stretch it out, and I can't stand that. Not naming names, but it's every channel out there. Headless bass, don't dive. They don't. Air, you're okay. Can you play fur release? I can play fur release. Let me go higher. distortion either, by the way, because it sounds clean. You have to really learn how to play it. Do you ever use fan fret basses? Yeah, not often. I don't own any, but I played them, like Dingwall and stuff like that. I remember when they first came out, fucking 90s, right? Something like that, late 90s, early 2000s. They were like all the rage. They're still all the rage because they just look really cool. But I'm so ingrained in playing this way. Granted, if I had one, I played it every day, I'm sure I would love it, but I just haven't done that. Okay, dude, it's 11 p.m. for me over here. Got it, bounce. What time do you go live so I can catch the next one? I usually go live. Definitely subscribe and hit the bell. Like, there's a notification bell to let you know. I usually go live between noon and 3 o'clock my time, anytime in between there. So whatever that is for you. It's 4 o'clock here right now, so whatever that means. They're 3:56. So whatever, look up Phoenix time, and between noon and 3, or have your put the notification bell on. That goes for everybody, so you could do it. But I appreciate you hanging out with us. It's awesome. Can you play Bach's Suite 1 for cello? Yeah. That's it, right? I have a video for it. Forgot it already. If you search it out, there's a video of recently. I did classical music is metal music, and metal music equals classical or whatever. And I was playing that. It's an older video, but yeah. What string do you advise for sub Stingray? What strings? Get Ernie Ball. Get Ernie Balls. Whatever they come with. Okay, talk to you soon. Later. Mission Impossible? Yeah. Are you classically trained? Yeah. Autodidact, though. It's a fancy word for self-taught. That's not true, though. I went to a teacher, Patrick Pfeiffer. He taught me a lot. But he didn't show me too much classical stuff. He showed me a lot of jazz. Bach's Suite 1 is a great one to learn. Yeah, Bach, Prelude and Fugue in C minor is awesome for your hand strength. Let me try that again. I'm not used to it on a 5-string. It's the spacing is so much tighter. That's my excuse. But honestly, I'm not that used to it with this. I gotta practice it more. Well, your bass has 2 Stingray pickups. It does. HH. Stingray 5 HH for humbucker. You could dial in any tone with this thing. I absolutely love it. Can I play Rush E? I know Rush. I know YYZ. Like off the top of my head. I mean, anyone can play anything. But yeah. I got a bug out to 11 p.m. in the UK. There you go. Gotta be working 6 hours. Go to bed, bud. It's always good seeing you. I'm gonna get out of here soon too. I try to stick around for an hour. Got like 5 more minutes. But if people are chatting, I stick around. What exercises do you recommend to learn to play by ear better? The way you're gonna learn how to play by ear better is listen to a song and try to figure out the bass line. That's how you play better by ear. There's only 12 notes in Western music. So you have a 1 in 12 chance of hitting the right note. I'd say more than half of that, because you're not gonna play something that's so far off. So try to figure things out with your ear. Like listen to, if you don't know how to play the White Stripes, like just hear that over, and then it's always gonna be relatively close. Unless it's an octave, which is the furthest away, but it's never gonna be like super dissonant. You're always within a third away, fifth away, something like that. It's not that's how you train your ear. That's how I do it, at least. Play Rondo alla Turca. I'll take that request all the time. Ronda Turca. What else do we have? Oh shit! I didn't realize that was a lot of comments. Thanks for everything. It's 12 p.m. Going to bed. See you later. Is there a right way to play with the fingers? The way I do it is walking with them. And then there's hybrid stuff you could do. But when you're first starting out, index, ring, index, index, middle, index, middle. And then just alternate back and forth. Yes, but as a former piano player, it's so hard to hear on such a low register. Yeah, if you boost the mid, you'll hear it better. Like, you can get your bass to sound like a telephone. Even the low ones. As opposed to so fuck with the EQ if you're piano playing, you can't really hear it that well. Nice. Bohemian Rhapsody. Don't know that part is insane. That part, oh, the Ronda Turca part. Is that what you're talking about? Or Bohemian Rhapsody? That part is hard. The hammer on there to get it on time, and then. How about them Rangers last night? Who'd they play last night? Oh yeah, they beat up the worst team in the league. Fucking, I was watching the game. I went live watching that. I don't know if you were here for it. I'm a Ranger fan, but like, okay. Worst team in the league versus the 27th place team in the league is what? There's only 32 teams? Yeah, I'll take the win, but it's pretty ugly. Tad, please. Nope. Oh, you just kidding. Good, I have to go on my rant. I'm here. I'm just researching something. God. What exercise do you recommend to someone that doesn't get a lot of time to practice? Play what you like. Well, actually, a lot of time to practice this one. Go on, again, 3 ways to shred. It's a featured video on my channel. Do everything that thing says. Super, I don't know about super easy. It'll be hard, everything's hard at first, but it's super easy to do, if that makes sense. You might get frustrated and find it difficult, but to actually sit down and do those 3 things, go do that if you don't have time, or if you have time. That's why I call them like holy grail exercises. They will take you to the promised land. Is there a way to strengthen your fingers? Again, watch that video. These things. It's the best way of doing it. And with your playing hand, just play. It's the practice. It's so simple to say. I wish there was like some other way around it, but there's not. It's practice. It's not talent. It's not. Talent's part of it. It only gets you so far. But without practice doesn't mean anything. So start going down like musical rabbit holes. And for finger strength and all that, like another good way of getting it, come up with finger patterns. That's all bass lines are. Like, let's see what we got here. Shit's weird. Here we go. What I'm doing there is these 2 fingers, and then my ring and index. That. And then messing with that one. So that's always a good exercise or a good way to practice. Just noodle around. If it sounds good to your ear, keep doing it. What's the most technical or difficult piece you know? I don't know. know, probably stuff I've written. Like this, let's see, the most technical piece. It starts with arpeggios. It's, where the fuck was it? That I wrote it. It's a minor triad, and then ascending, the voicing, but I'm spelling it out as an arpeggio. That's a weird placement of your hands. Ring. So that one is not the most difficult now. That's like difficult's weird. It's difficult at first until it's not. So the most technical or difficult piece I know, that's probably it was the most difficult, but it's not anymore. Necrophagist. I don't know what that means. I gotta look that up. I'm sure I'm gonna laugh when I find out. If you had to keep just one bass, which one would it be? My F bass. Not even a question in my mind. Which I'll break out now. I would, if I knew now what I knew, if I knew then what I know now, I would sell every single one of them and get an F bass. They take like, even if it's already made. I mean, I ordered this one, and it's a neck through, so it's like. It's not a set neck either. It's actually a neck through. Looks like it because there's a cap on the back. But if you look closely, there's a stripe down the center, and then these are glued on. But by far the best bass I've ever played. It also costs the same amount as a fucking motorcycle, but it's easily my favorite bass. It's just dumb how easy it plays. It's so freaking good. There we go. Like, the tone is insane. I can play chords all the way down here. It sounds so good. How good this thing sounds. Technical death metal band. Oh, Necrophagist. Okay, I gotta listen to that then. So there are different types of bass now. Yeah, absolutely. I am starting to play bass. What do you mean by different types? Yeah, there's 4 strings, 5 strings, 6 strings. There's ukulele basses that I have, a uke bass. Of course, there are different types of bass. Well, I don't know. There's a big of course, but a lot of people legitimately are just starting out. Like, I don't know how old people are in here. Like, it's crazy. I'm still gonna fucking curse. But I have no idea what people are at, like, in their discovery of bass guitar. But yeah, this one, by far, my favorite bass. My favorite shit ever. But it's already 65 minutes, so I think I'm gonna get out of here. I have to make another video soon. Don't know what it's gonna be about. We'll see. Maybe more arpeggios, or I think I said I was gonna do a groove on how to make an arpeggio groove. Sounds amazing. What did they custom make it for me? Yeah, they did custom make it. There were no inlays on this though. I ordered it custom before I even knew I was gonna make this bass channel. So there were no dots or anything. And I asked them about it, but by the time I asked them, it was too late. Like, they were already past that part of it. You can't just put inlays in after they seal it and all that shit. So these are just vinyl stickers. They're just fret markers. Normally there's just nothing on this neck. And the fret markers look good. I like them off center or offset or whatever. And that's it. They're good enough for me. But it's just fucking vinyl tape from a company they recommended. So these stay on. They don't like fall off or anything. They're not like cheap stickers. Well, they're cheap, but thankfully they're cheap. And bass was so much fucking money. I would have got it put in, but I didn't. But yeah, I this one custom as a neck through, which I went recently on their website. They didn't have a neck through option. I'm sure they can do it, but it took a while to make, and to me it was worth all the money that I spent on it, especially because I've been playing for like over 3 decades. So, dream bass. I had a job that let me afford it. Hence the color, by the way. But yeah, it's pretty cool. I don't like bass playing did not buy me this bass, and I got it in this color to remind myself of that. So yeah, personal shit. Neck through are the best ones. They are cheap in price, not in quality. You're right. Cheap is usually this isn't cheap for sure. It sounds amazing. Oh yeah, I saw that already. Of course. Okay, yeah, that's it. I'm gonna get going. So always a pleasure, and I got to come up with something for the next video, probably the next day or 2. So, love all of you. Like I legitimately do. And thanks for everything. I'll see you guys tomorrow.